Today's video is going to be mostly a follow-up to what happened yesterday. But before we get into the conversation that me and Blonnie had in the car on the way to another doctor's appointment, I want to ask you guys a serious question. If you were really faced with a choice of curing cancer for the entire humanity, but all you get is some recognition and pats on the back as you go through the rest of your life, or making tens of millions of dollars per year, year after year after year, what would you choose? I think it's really easy to answer this question when you're just hypothetically putting yourself in this situation, but this is where the core of the problem of this entire cancer business is. And however you justify the choice you make, whether it's to ensure the future of your kids, ensure the security of your family, or 10 other very noble causes that you can come up with on your own, most people will always choose this side. And even though I'm making a very quick jump to a dramatic conclusion here, this is what makes Blonnie say in yesterday's episode that the best way to deal with cancer is to not get it. But this is our reality in 2016. Welcome to another episode of We Are Going Somewhere. I am still completely and thoroughly impressed with what happened yesterday and all the Polish ladies of Port Richmond, Philadelphia, or should I just say Philadelphia? What happened is they basically found out about Blonnie and none of them knew her before, and yet they got together and organized and raised all this money to help. I wasn't sure if it was completely clear from yesterday's episode. I kind of just let it unfold and I was documenting whatever was going on, but to make it absolutely clear, these ladies did not know Blonnie before yesterday in person. Did you ever meet any of them in person?
I've met two of them in person, Carolina and Dominica.
Yes, so we've been friends with Carolina for a while, of course, but other than that, I think Carolina is the only connection here. Kasia took everything under her organizational wings and just made it happen. And I just wanted to make it absolutely clear how crazy good that was.
I don't think any single one person in that company is thinking, we don't really care about curing cancer. I don't think any single one person is doing that. I think that in the mentality of a corporation is to make more money. And so throughout the whole process, this department is doing what they can to make more money, and this department is doing what they can to make more money. And in the end, they're making a lot more money, but they're sabotaging the actual goal by doing that. And it's more of a mentality of making more money with this drug overrides the let's really find a cure. Do you know what I mean? The goal, I guess what I'm saying is I feel like what happens is the goal for the company, of course, is to make money. Of course. That's what any companies, that's why they're there. But the goal is not to cure cancer. So in the end, even though they may think, oh, my company is founded on the idea that we're trying to research and find new drugs and all these little scientists and little doctors and little people in there, that's what they think they're trying to do. But in the end, the goal isn't to cure cancer, it's to make money. So do you understand what I'm trying to say?
So what are you saying? That they're actually good people? They're just, this is not their job? Then whose job is it to cure cancer?
Yes, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it is their job to cure cancer. The little people at the bottom, their goal is to cure cancer. But the guy at the top, do you think that's what he wants? He wants to make money.
If it was then their goal, then we would be seeing the results by now.
Yes. I'm not trying to justify them. I'm not trying to make excuses for people. What I'm trying to say is at the end of the day, this is a private company, and their goal is to make money. Their goal is not to cure cancer.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
That's wrong.
There needs to be something, and the only thing I can imagine would be a government agency, because their goal isn't to make money. There should be a government agency somewhere where their whole goal is to do that. But in the end, this is the problem with that. If you were this scientist and you spent 10 years going to college, are you going to be a noble human being to the point that you're going to go work for this government agency for half the salary you could make for this private company that's making more money? Of course, most people are going to go work for the private company that's making more money.
I just wish it was possible that they could do both at the same time. Make more money while curing cancer.
It's a weird conversation that we just had, because we just spent that time talking about the greed and the mentality of those people who are at the top of this whole cancer food chain. And then you talk about these completely unselfish people who are doing the exact opposite. And I mean, how can you said to me that I believe in the goodness of people, but how can you not when people do things like that to you?
In the meantime of discussing the most important problems of the corporate versus tiny little man problems, Blonnie has another doctor appointment today. Is this just a checkup between the cycles of chemo?
Yes.
It's just a checkup. Hopefully everything goes well. We're gonna find out about the red blood cells level today, and basically
next chemo is the week of Thanksgiving. So
on one hand I'm happy it's almost Thanksgiving, on the other hand I'm not happy about another chemo at all.
But it's the last one.
It really is tricky, kind of, but with the blood work.
How did the doctor appointment go?
There were no revelations. I made an appointment with the breast surgeon also.
That is a significant step forward.
Yes.
A little scary though. Very scary actually.
Yes, it is.
Well, the part I didn't quite like about today's appointment was that she suggested you should be taking antibiotics to battle the cold.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can battle the cold very effectively with natural methods. I'm not a fan of antibiotics at all, and especially now when you already have a lot of drugs in your system that are causing a lot of damage.
I felt like I was getting better today, so.
Hey look, this is where we took your pictures when you cut your hair.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge episode.
David forgot to bring his camera at the Home Depot. He's all the way over there in that area, all the way back far past the wall and through the parking lot all the way over to Home Depot. And I'm right here in Safeway. Don't tell him that I took his camera. Don't tell him that I was vlogging this whole time.
You mean so he'll just find the video?
Yeah.